Hey guys, hello beautiful souls. Welcome to your Mercury retrograde read. This is just general read for Mercury retrograde, collective energy, and how we can best take advantage of it and ways in which it's going to affect us. So I was just smudging, kind of tuning into Mercury a little bit. It's very heart and throat based energy, which is amazing. Usually for me, Mercury retrograde takes me really deep. This one's heart and throat. I feel it like coughs, tingling. It's opening up that chakra so we can speak our truth and so we can connect to our divine masculine and feminine heart balance. So we can bring that forward into the world. So it's a process, but it's beautiful. I got a new feather. Thank you, Spirit, right? Okay. Let this be our divine sacred place. Let's be protected by divine pure light. Lord, Lady, Father, Mother, God, Holy Spirit, God, Source, Creator, we ask for your protection, and we are grateful for the connection that you give us, the guidance that you give us, the connection that we can make with each other and the collective. We ask that you help us learn to ground in divine pure light and bring that forward through our lives and the people around us. Help us also take advantage of this Mercury retrograde and all the planets in retrograde and the shift in between the solar and lunar eclipses. Let us take advantage of them energies, or maybe not take advantage. Let us use those energies to the best of our ability. Help us move forward. Help us find our soul's mission and path and divine happiness. Help us tune into divine freedom. Help us tune into love. Teach us how to share it and feel it within ourselves. How do we rid ourselves and the people around us, or the life and the world around us, of the darkness that sometimes creeps in on us and comes out from our insides? Also teach us how to share our gifts with the people around us. Love, light, and connection. So it is. Yep, I was gifted a new bigger eagle's feather. It's very nice to be gifted such beautiful, pure, strong objects. It reminds me of my connection, how I can change my perspective from like an eagle. They fly the highest. The bird that flies the highest. They're so strong. To be able to change your perspective as the eagle does is a very divine gift. But usually when we're doing really good in life, or we're overcoming our personal soul's challenges and weaknesses and so on and so forth, Spirit gifts us in amazing ways, and we might not look at it as a gift because it's something small. It's finding a feather. It's huge though. It's not every day we find such a beautiful, divine, strong feather. It's a gift to be able to tune into them energies. It's a gift to be able to connect with Spirit like that. And it's a gift to be able to receive such a divine, sacred gift. Anyway. Okay, let's rock the singing bowl. So moral of the subject there. When we are going through challenging times and overcoming things within ourselves, we get gifted by Spirit in ways that we don't usually expect. We are always looking at the outcome. We're always looking at the out goal. So we drive to that, and it's hard for us to look at little things as gifts when we're so stuck on our goals, or we're so rigid towards our purpose that, we forget to enjoy the little things, and we forget to look at the little things as gifts in our life. It's just kind of beautiful if we can tune into that. Anyway, here we go. Rock the singing bowl. Sorry. Ranting. I love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Please like and subscribe if you're called to. Comment. I love reading them. I love connecting in that space. Check out my Facebook, Awakening With Me. I try and do a lot of daily energies, psychic healings, and stuff like that. So, right off the rip, Mercury, I think, and Neptune. Neptune's next week. Mercury's this week. It's our last two planets that are going to give us a tower moment, a zing, a fling, release from inside, so we can completely and totally take advantage of the solar and lunar eclipse on the 21st and the 5th of July. So think of this as the last tower, well, two of the last tower moments, two of the last challenges. And to take good use of that energy, it's good to know where that falls in your birth chart and your star chart. So, yes, that's helpful. Anything else there? Mercury, can you show me Mercury's energy, the retrograde, and how it's going to affect us, and how we can use it to the best of our ability? It's going to be a blunt hit for some of us because of stuff that we have to release from within. And it also ties in with Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus, and the karmic scale that we're trying to release. So remember that we are getting flicked in the forehead to release these karmic things from within us and around us in our life, the cycles that we've been repeating, so we can start new ones. There's an opportunity to go through quite a tunnel of light. The tunnel is dark, but around it is light. We can't see that light sometimes. So if we're going through a tough time, or going through darkness, we're going through inner turmoil, remember that we can't see that light sometimes when we're in so deep to our shadow selves, through our whatever is going on in our life. Remember that the light is always around us. We just have to ask for help. We have to tune into that. And if we can't tune into that, and sometimes we can't see that, have faith to know it's there and that they're helping us through these journeys and missions. A mountain of strength, but also a mountain of challenge. We have an opportunity to find our divine will and the divine beauty within ourselves, so we can bring that forth out into the world. There's a lot of stuff that YouTube offers, and other people offer help, or they're speaking, and know that it's always good to tune into your soul and your divine purpose before taking any of that information that you take into heart. I mean, it's good to hear messages, and sometimes we get that aha moment, but other times it's good to tune in within ourselves, because that's where we're going to find the best of our ability, the best of our knowledge. Our guides and angels communicate through us. They communicate to us. It's good to remember to push out distractions and all the YouTube subscribers that you have, and tune into your truth. Tune into your divine purpose, your divine light. What does it mean to you? Where does that strength come from? How can you use it to the best of your ability? How can you use it to help yourself and other people around you? And also to everybody that's on their phone, all the children that are home right now on their phones, know that there is no glory in that. There is no love in your cell phone. There is no imagination. There is no excitement in your cell phone. It tunes into depression and disease and discomfort. And it's best to get outside and be yourself, be a kid, enjoy the outdoors, enjoy nature, enjoy a book. Whatever that is or means to you, it's important to get off the damn phones. We disconnect from ourselves completely when we're on our phones all the time. And that's not healthy. I see flowers, plant some flowers. Bring in that joy, that higher frequency, and that beautiful energy within yourself and within your house, in your yard, your home. Even if you're not a gardener, buy some flowers. They're good for you. You deserve it. Pretty bird, pretty bird. All right, how should I do this read, my loves? Let's just do, yep. Okay. What energy is Mercury bringing to us? Main energy. The main bang, discontentment. Oh boy, 2 and 4 cups. So we're releasing that boredom, we're releasing that disconnection, and we're learning how to bring in balance our hearts, masculine and feminine, the connections around us, our throat chakras, throat chakra, heart chakra, learning in to bring in balance, all these things. What's at the root of this? For optimal growth. No, I'm going to grab this deck. What's at the root of this for optimal growth? The moon. What's behind us? Discontentment. Learning how to work on our chakras. Fighting the good fight. There's too many. What's the higher power, frequency, and knowledge? Releasing difficulties and releasing blocks within ourselves. Learning to tune into our minds. I see minds there, big term. Releasing loss. Learning to communicate through difficulties. Learning to communicate through loss. Holy moly, sorry, excuse me. What's crossing the main energy? So it definitely ties in big time with juggling and ending of cycles. Beautiful, 10 of Swords. Ending of difficult cycles. Good job. Lots of mental. But remember, Mercury is mental. Give me another one for the root of this energy. The root of Mercury retrogrades and the growth that we can take and have. Loss. A sense of loss. I hear forgiveness. I see regret. Release that. Release that from within yourself. From 33, I just saw. There's a chance to release the loss that we hold on to and give it over to the light, but also step into the light for ourselves. It might be hidden from others to see. It might be hidden from our conscious mind, but our subconscious deep down here knows the truth, knows what needs to be released, and can connect to your oversoul enough to do so. The moon gave us big messages and downloads. It's important to also bring that forward from the subconscious. This is very subconscious energy right now, which is kind of cool. It's beautiful. The higher mind is releasing the blocks from within our minds, releasing the blocks from within our chakras and our body's energy blueprint, soul's blueprint. Sometimes we have to be forceful when we release those blocks. And they're coming from the Akashic Records. The book really stands out here, but it's reversed. So there's a divine wisdom that we can tune into. And the moons are, wow, connected. There's a divine wisdom we can tune into to release those things so we can leave difficulties behind us. So we can turn our back to those difficulties and completely and totally release them from our structure. Definitely a subconscious and conscious level. But also releasing discontentment, boredom, sense of loss, regret, loneliness. To release those feelings and tune into the love within ourselves, to tune into the connection within us and connection to source. very much so awakening energy with the flowers, purple flowers, and the fire of enlightenment, the God spark within yourself, to tune into that and take your time to work through those different fragments within yourself so you can find that internal contentment, that internal joy, love, excitement, fulfillment. And learning how to communicate through those things. Learning how to not let loss, pride, and ego guide our steps and our thoughts. Learning how to release them and tune into a place of love, light, and understanding, rather than ego, pride, and out here arrogance. There's a journey taking place here to remove them stumbling blocks. We can turn them into stepping stones by seeing them, acknowledging them, and allowing them to be, but also releasing them from yourself. But they're always still going to be there. You can release them all you want. But releasing is sometimes just tuning into that energy, accepting it for what it is, and then using it to the best of your ability to move forward in your life. It's not really a loss, because when we let go of things, we can bring in more good things. When we pour out old emotions, old hurts, old feelings, old habits, I'm looking at even alcohol, I'm looking at that as releasing that, but we have to fill that with a better, higher, more light, more different understanding, enlightenment. And don't forget, when you're pouring out from those couple cups, that you have other full cups that are beautiful. So when you're releasing from your vessel, remember to fill it with good things. When you're releasing old habits, fill it with a better habit. When you're releasing bad feelings, fill it with good feelings. It's never just letting go of something. It's filling it with something better. Sometimes it's better not to look behind you, just to let it go. Whoever that message is for. Okay, with this one, it looks like we're juggling our own cycles. Definitely our own cycles. With the love that we share for other people or others. Maybe relationship. But there's a discontentment that has to be released. Okay, let's tune it. Let's tell me about 4 cups. Oof, devil right off the rip. So, let's just feel that for a second. Facing our own demons and darkness. Releasing the temptation and flame from within ourselves. Because when we're discontent, we reach for other things. When we're discontent, we reach for old habits, drugs, alcohol, fulfillment, even like chocolate addiction. It releases endorphins, so it's still a habit. It's still an addiction. Releasing that temptation and tuning into the connection within yourself, especially when those two are together with the devil on top of them. The 2 of Cups is literally 2 cups filling each other. It's divine connection. It's not just a relationship. It's divine connection. Divine love. Source is filling us all the time. We have to connect to that in a meditative. It doesn't have to be a meditative state, but when we're not used to meditating, how do you connect like that without meditating? You know what I mean? Me, as a light worker, I've been meditating for years. I don't have to calm myself into a meditative state to feel that connection with the divine. But I have also ascended to certain levels where I always have those things flowing for me. I'm always in a vortex. I'm always in these feelings. My chakras are always open, and I cleanse them every day in a meditative state. I could not have learned those things, tuned into those things or that connection without beginning to meditate first. And I honestly don't know if there's another way around that. How do you connect to source when your mind is going crazy, when your body is so full of anger and energy and frustration. How do you tune those things out to connect to source? If anybody finds a way to do that without meditating, let me know. There's no easy way to do that either. There's no easy way to let go of those feelings. There's no easy way to block. It's not blocking them out, but you're calming your mind and your energy so you can tune into a place of silence, of contentment, a place within yourself where you can find that peace and quiet. That is where we overcome our demons. That is where we face that darkness within ourselves. That is where we face the darkness in our world, because we are all connected. We are all one. So the darkness within ourselves is also the darkness around us. Even the demons around us, how do we see them if we don't first connect in a space of divine within ourselves, of quietness? How do we understand ourselves and bring ourselves forward into something if we don't even know who ourselves are, if we don't connect to our souls like that, if we don't connect to that divine space within us? There's also a balance of masculine and feminine that needs to take place there. There's a chance to fly out of this torment, destruction, anger. But we have to first find our center. We have to use them angry feelings, them hurtful things, the abuse, the toxicity, the addiction. We have to use that energy within us from our past experiences to fuel our growth, to fuel our ascension, to fuel our gifts. I've always been able to do Reiki. My mom taught me when I was just a youngin'. But for me to be able to use that to the best of my ability, to use it in such divine light, I literally had to tune into the anger, the torment, the abuse, the sexual abuse, the addiction within myself. And of course it was going on around me, because our life is a reflection of ourselves. I had to tune into that anger, furious anger, and accept it, to feel it, to cry it out, to be angry, to be pissed. It's okay to be pissed. Fucked up things have happened. Excuse my language. Screwed up things have happened to us. A lot of us. Once we tune into a quiet place and accept that, feel it, accept it, then we can use it to empower us, to fuel our energy, to tune into ultimate knowledge and ultimate energy. I wouldn't be where I am right now without tuning into those demons, darknesses, and toxicities within myself. Once I tuned into them and accepted them for who they were and what it was, and accepted what happened to me and not be a victim to it, I could use that for my dragon strength. I could use it for my dragon strength. Her name's Ramota. She's a dragon spirit guide who helped me through that. It was tuning into her energy and allowing, but also mending and blending with that energy to fuel our growth, to fuel our ascension, to fuel our gifts, whatever your gifts are. Stopping the wind, magic, energy, Reiki, speaking. There's a binding here. It reminds me of the tablet of Thoth. There's a binding here that's keeping us shackled to these human forms. We are spiritual beings in human forms. Our fear, darkness, toxicities, addiction keep us shackled to this 3D. It keeps us shackled to hell on earth, to darkness. And they have the upper power for that. But we can release ourselves for that once we tune into that, live it, accept it, be one with it, honestly. It's not easy being one with our own demons. It's not easy accepting them. It's not easy being a part of them. But they are a part of you. So how could you not be a part of them? But then once that happens, you can fuel it to use it. Use that energy, use that power for good. For whatever you want to use it for, but I say for good. I'm a light being. That's part of my purpose. I was never going to allow myself to give into the darker sides of that. It wasn't for me. It wasn't. But there was still a tuning into that darkness that needed to take place. Like when I wanted to quit smoking cigarettes, I had to get pissed off at myself enough to quit. You get into a beast mode. You get into a, fuck it, I'm going to do this. I can do this. That comes from that anger. That comes from that fierceness. That comes from the abuse. That comes from all of that bad stuff that ever happened to you. That's where that anger sits. That's why we have to learn to accept it, to be one with it. Then we can use it to the best of our ability. Then we can use it for beast mode. Sorry, that was a long rant, huh? Shadow work, shadow work. But there's another message. It's separating the discontentment and toxicity, the devil, is separating ourselves from divine connection. Look, he's coming, he's in between them. He's separating ourselves from connecting to source, from connecting to our soul, from connecting to the higher frequencies, from connecting to the angels, from connecting to spirit, to our spirit guides. I got goosebumps. And that is his purpose. It's not overcoming the devil. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's learning how to use that energy to overpower it, to be stronger, to be more light. I was going to say wiser, but we're really never wiser than we were. Every day we're wiser than we were yesterday, if we use that to the best of our ability. But the devil finds ways to play with our heads. He finds ways to let go of things. He finds ways to use our own thoughts against us. So it's really important to keep divine thoughts, to keep working on yourself for a divine positive direction. Any other messages in there? That was a good long one. This connection is beautiful. Tell me about this Two of Cups. Two Cups. But also charity, love. Look at he's giving. So giving. So much love. Balance. In balance. There's another one, keeping ourselves in balance and alignment. We have an opportunity to release this darkness so we can find alignment within ourselves. Maybe another one for the Two of Cups. It's beautiful. Thank you. Rest if we need to rest. Work through this pause process of releasing. We're all releasing this. This is on a global scale. It's hard. Don't think it's not. We have an opportunity to stand in our power, to look at all the yellow. So empowering our solar plexus. And she's holding her heart there for everybody to see. But she's a divine mother. Anyway, tell me about this Ten of Swords. Releasing cycles. But we're also balancing light and dark within ourselves. But aren't we all? That's a balance of our lives, of our world. Look at the angels. Learning to work through that heart space. Four of Pentacles. Releasing cycles and tuning into love. We will get a gift of love. We will have an opportunity to release these cycles. Okay, tell me about the Moon. Two Knights. Tower moment. That's because we're releasing from within us. Now, tower moments are the universe coming in to help you release things. It's not always a person. It's not always a habit. It's not always things in our life. A lot of times it's things from within us. Like last week, I pulled the Tower card a couple times. And I'm like, usually I try and go right towards the Tower card. But sometimes I'm like, well, there's nothing going on in my life. Everything's kind of calm. And it's somewhat balanced, you know. I'm like, well, we'll just let it happen as it should. Well, over the weekend, I got a anger pest. And I released, I didn't know I was holding on to so many of those things. There was a frustration in there. There was an anger in there. And I released that. And it's not always in a nice way. I was yelling. It happens. Nobody's perfect. We get angry. We get pissed. We hold on to things that we shouldn't hold on to within ourselves. So a tower moment isn't always on the outside. A lot of times it's releasing things from within us. But for me to let go of those energies and those feelings and those words that I was holding on to was something I should have did a long time ago, because it was people that I cared about, people that I loved, and I want to see good things happen for them. We need to speak our truth, or else it turns into a tower moment of anger. It really does. Anyway, sorry. Moving on. Tell me about this loss. Cutting out that separation, cutting out that sense of loss, cutting out that, I hear abandonment, like there's definitely something within the subconscious that needs to be released. Abandonment issues, sense of loss, sense of separation, sense of inconsistency. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. First, tell me about the Four of Wands. Why are we discontent? King of Pentacles could be a father figure, could be a person, lover, friend who is in the King of Pentacles energy. Tell me about the Four of Wands, please. Page of Swords, could be children, could be messages that we don't like. Nine of Nine of Swords with the Magician. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the High Priestess. So there's a discontentment here because the Four of Wands is reversed. We're releasing that loss, though. We're releasing that sense of emptiness, the sense of loss, regret, loneliness. If we turn it over to the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine in our universe, it will really help. But it's also in our heads, back and forth, discontentment, sorrow. Learning to release that is beautiful. But then the Seven of Wands is here too. So fighting that, don't fight the release. In this deck, it's different. She's doing Ten of Cups. Don't fight the release. In the normal Wyatt deck, it's defeating and leaving a fight. Oh wait, the Five of Wands is fighting. In this one, it's different. She's working on herself. There's a Five of Cups with Temperance. Releasing those things out so you can be healed. So the angels can help you heal. Sometimes that's where we find the most fulfillment. Is releasing those things from within ourselves to tune into the light within ourselves so we can fill it with more light from the angels. Okay, tell me about this Page of Swords. Could be a message. Could be a releasing. Six of Cups. Give me another one for the Page of Swords. Too many. The Star. Oh, that's too many. Could be releasing from childlike innocence. Could be tuning into the inner child within ourselves and helping that inner child heal. Empress. We have an ability to release the lower frequencies of ourselves to tune into the higher frequencies. And there will be universal messages and universal gifts that will come after that. The Hierophant, 8 and 9 of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So we're definitely juggling the two, message and work. Like the message and then working through it for ourselves. Defeating that. And walking through it. We have the ability to do so. It's hard work to choose to face those things within ourselves. To face those things in our world. Alright, tell me about the Seven of Swords, please. Right, King of Wands. Passion, strength, fire energy, excitement. Give me another one for the Ace, or Seven of Swords, please. Cutting out the bullshit in our lives. Cutting out the bullshit within ourselves. Oh, lots of kings. Also, watch your back. Whoever that message is for. This knight with the sword is going right towards the back of this king of wands. And it's like he should watch behind him and in front of him. But also, give me another one for the knight and the king and the strength. Page of wands. The universe is going to bless you with some strength to defeat this darkness, to defeat this stuff within ourselves and around us. Tell me about loss. 5 of cups. Lots of bunnies though. When we walk away from something, even if it's something from within ourselves, sometimes it's the best thing for us because we're ending cycles. But also, we have an ability to walk towards something better. We have 2 8s here. That is fulfillment, happiness, money, harmony. Sometimes we have to make a choice to not give into boredom, loss, regret, and walk away from that. Walk away from maybe this masculine energy that is no good for us, if that's what that message is, and walk towards our fulfillment, walk towards our 8 of Pentacles, walk towards our business, happiness, work, pleasure. Tell me about the world. But then we will be ending cycles and starting new cycles, which is amazing. What is this new cycle? Queen of Cups. She's fighting to get clarity. Tell me about this. Changing directions. She's fighting for clarity. Clarity in what? On her 9 of Cups. She said soul search it. Any more messages for this? Mercury retrograde. The Lovers. Wow. We have an opportunity to completely and totally release from within us loss, disconnection, old relationships. Temptations. But then we also have an opportunity for a divine gift. 6 of Wands. Successful divine gifts. And overcoming our own stuff. He's got his back turned to this whole thing. He's walking away from this triumphant. That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's down here? Oh, I'm sitting on it, poor girl. Poor card, I'm sorry. Lots of messages. Lots of good messages, though. Thank you. See if there's anything else near. We had death and rebirth. Transformation. Beautiful transformation. We have to make the choice to do that for ourselves, though. We have to make a choice to go within and release those things. Especially with all the planets being in retrograde, we have to make a choice to go within and release those things. And that is the best for us and our divine purpose, our divine soul's mission. And when it comes down to it, it's not about our family. It's not about our friends. It's not about our job. It's about our connection to source, our soul's purpose, our soul's mission. Those things are important, yes. But if we are nothing, they are nothing. If we are not ascending, they are not ascending. And if we don't do it for ourselves, nobody else is going to do it for us. And that connection to source is our energy, our love, our contentment, our happiness, our connection. And the possibilities are then endless. So, anyway, much love, guys. Good luck on this retrograde. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to finish the fire signs and then we're on to any readings that Spirit needs of me. So, much love, guys. Love ya.